K Black Boxing, coming to you with another video. Man, August 19th is here. Julius Indongo versus Terence Crawford, man. Undisputed. An undisputed champion would be crowned after so many years. The first undisputed fight of this decade. And undoubtedly, they would be number one, and it's just the truth. But also, man, I'm gonna name this Julius Indongo versus Terence Crawford Day, or Blue Machine versus Bud Day. That's what I'm thinking. Man. So the next year around this time, and the years to come, when they had an anniversary, I'm gonna continue to call this Terence Crawford Julius Indongo Day. Because this is how significant this fight is, man. It's gonna be placed in history. The best fight of this decade. I don't care what nobody think about it, about that statement, because it's true in my opinion. And also, man, shout out to my brother, man. It's his birthday today, man. He a big boxing fan as well, so I know he's gonna be watching it as well, and where he from, you know what I mean, where he's located right now. But yeah, shout out to my brother, man. But you gotta share a day, man. It's not only is your birthday, but it's the Terence Crawford versus Julius Indongo Day as well, man. Hey. But in this video, man, I'm gonna do my top 10, and the reason why I've done my top 5 already, who I believe is in my top 5, the top 5 boxers of today, currently. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do a top 10, man. And the reason why it took me a while to make a top 10 is because I was thinking to myself, is anybody even worthy of being in my top 10? It was kind of easy to make my top 5, but it was kind of tough to make my bottom 5, So that's the reason why it took me a little minute. But, I made up a list, man. I got some honorable mentions as well, man. Some up-and-coming good fighters that I believe if they continue to work hard and continue to thrive and succeed, that they can be in the top 10 as well one day. Yeah, so... also, and another reason why I'm doing it, because I want to do it my current, because I know after tonight, as good as this fight is going to be between Terence Crawford and Julius Indongo, both of them in my top 10, by the way, but as good as this fight is going to be, I know it's going to be some shaking and movement, because the winner of this fight is going to be number one, so we don't know how everything's going to go from there, but I know the winner of this fight is going to be number one, man. But for no further ado, man, let me do my honorable mentions first, man. Tank Davis, the youngest champion, and I believe if he continue to be under the tutelage of Floyd Mayweather and learn his craft and continue to grow, he can definitely bloom into something good, man. Jamel Charlo, I mean, he's moving up the ladder. He's getting better and better every time I see him. Who else, man? Got Jared Hurd. He's a young champion, man. I know he just got the belt. And, what I've seen with him so far is good, man. Erickson Lubin, another young fighter. He's going to be fighting for a title real soon, possibly. And, what I've seen in him is good as well. And Marcus Brown, I've seen him fight, and I potentially believe he got the goods, man. He looks very nice, out of the way he's fighting. It's just my honorable mentions, man. Do I got any more before I go into my top 10? I think that's it. As of right now, that's it, man, for my honorable mentions. But my top 10, man, Demetrius Andrade come in number 10. I like Andrade, man. Some can Andrade or Andrade. I'm just say Demetrius Andrade. I like Andrade. I just believe he been out of the ring a whole lot more than he should have. Young fighters should be in the ring fighting. I know his last fight was to do it against Jack Kuke. I know he won like the interim title. Or the regular title rather, but I kind of want to see him go against the other guys at 154, man. Because he deserves a shot. He's undefeated, man, and he'll give all those guys problems. I'm just being totally honest, man. He's slick. He's a southpaw. He's a rangy. Demetrius Andrade is definitely a good boxer, man. And I know his last performance wasn't the best, but I believe that he probably lived up into the person he was fighting. Number 9, Mikey Garcia, man. Mikey Garcia is a good fighter, man. He's been gone for a while. He came back, and he's taking the world by storm, if you ask me, to a certain degree. His first fight, he came back and knocked that guy out. He knocked his next opponent out and won the title. And he just beat Adrian Broner, a person that's big, naturally bigger, and he outboxed shit out of Adrian Broner. I picked him to win anyway, but like you all see, he got a lot of promise, man. And I honestly believe him calling people out like Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao, even Terence Crawford. I honestly believe that he's not afraid to fight anyone. I think he truly want to fight the best, and he might be in contention of fighting the winner of tonight's fight between Crawford and Indongo, man. Hey, it's a good. This is gonna be a good scrap, man. He's coming in my number 9. Number 8 is Julius Blue Machine Indongo. He would be up higher, but the guys I got up above him, I believe I've seen more of them. That's the only reason why he's not up higher, man, because he's fighting for an undisputed championship tonight. So he definitely should be up higher. But like I said, I only seen him fight 2 times, and it's just the facts. I've seen the other two guys above him fight more, man, and basically seen them grow up in the ring, from basically like I say, young pups to grown dogs. You know what I mean? If I say it like that. And there's no disrespect when I say that. I'm just saying a fighter that got dog in them. You know what I mean? It's just. And I'm not saying Julius and Dongo don't, but these 2 guys above him definitely got dog, man. Which goes to my number 7, which is Jamal Charlo, man. Jamal Charlo, when I see him fight, man, you definitely put a smile on my face, man. I've seen this guy definitely bloom, and I truly believe, with all my heart, that this guy, Jamal Charlo, can run the 160-pound division, sorry. I don't know what's going to happen once, like I said, between Canelo and Triple G, because I know when Canelo wins, he's not fighting for the WBC title, so basically Jamal Charlo will have to fight for a vacant title, which I would rather him fight a champion, but it is what it is. Triple G, even if he's winning, I didn't hear him say it, by the way his trainer was fucking talking. They don't want no parts of Jamal Charlo. They making all these excuses talking about what has he done. Basically, if you believe he haven't done them, fight him. It's just gonna be easy work, okay? But they gonna try to make him fight Danny Crawford. I can see they're gonna try to make him go the way against Danny Jacobs. You know how they do it, man. They, if nobody else want to fight the person nobody else want to fight. You know what I mean? Instead of having them fight the champion. And this is how this shit gonna go. The black fighters always got to go through the worst type of things in order to get they shot. You know what I mean? And it's just how that goes, man. But he's my number 7. Number 6, Earl the True Spence, man. Earl Spence, since he has burst on the scene, he's been a lot of ranting raving, and I gave nothing but props for this brother because, like I said, I wasn't even. Just being totally honest, I've seen the talent. I know he's a good technical boxer. The way he cut off the rings, the way he go to the body. I mean, it's like no other. He's a southpaw as well. But I wasn't high as like a lot of people because I wanted to see him finally face a fighter that can fight back. And he did. He went over there. And he took the title from KO Booker, beat him to submission, man. He's nothing but props for the brother. He's definitely in my top 10. Which leads to my number 5, which is Keith Thurman, man. And I got him and Earl Spence next to each other in 5 or 6 because I definitely want these guys to fight to unify the title, man. And hopefully, once the Jeff Horn beat Pacquiao again, I hope the unification between Earl Spence and Keith Thurman can get Jeff Horn if Bob Graham allowed him to come out and play. So Keith Thurman is definitely he's hurt right now. He's injured, but what I've seen Keith Thurman do, I've seen him blossom into a wonderful fighter, boxer, puncher, a true boxer, puncher. He's definitely boxing more now. I know a lot of people remember that one time and want him to go back to that, but that brother, like he said, only thing he has to do is win 7 rounds to 5. And I know it's close, because that's how it was against Sean Porter and I think Danny Garcia as well, but I had 8 rounds to 4 against Danny Garcia. Maybe 9 rounds to 3. But anyway, it was it just depends how you scored the round. But Keith Thurman is definitely in my top 5, man. And number 4 is my guy Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, man. Deontay Wilder. I know a lot of people don't put heavyweights in their top 10, but I'm doing it, man, because Deontay Wilder is a special individual. I like to see him fight, man. Everything he throws, especially with that right hand, is knockout intentions, man. So y'all can say what y'all want to say about Deontay Wilder, but Deontay Wilder, I've seen him become a better boxer as well. I seen him, and he's still at work. He would never probably ever reach his full potential as how to truly become a boxer. But even with all his shortcomings, he can beat everybody in the heavyweight division, and this is how good he is. So this shows you that a person that got shortcomings that don't even basically not that have the best technical sense, but he still posed a threat to not only he's the biggest threat, and that's why guys like Anthony Joshua and Joseph Parker are truly afraid to fight him. Luis Ortiz is not because he's definitely at the end of his road, so he definitely don't care. He just want to get a title shot, whether he get knocked out or not. But Marine Stavern, he's just a fucking blocker, man. That's all you want to do. He's upset because he ain't getting no notoriety. Listen, man, this is how it's gonna be. Deontay Wilder will put Joseph Parker in the hospital. Anthony Joshua will share a room with him. He's gonna put Luis Ortiz in a retirement home, and he's gonna put Brian Stavern in a funeral home, and this how this is gonna go. But he's my top. He's my number 4. My number 3 goes to none other man, Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux was my number 2 fighter at first, but there's no knock on Rigondeaux, man. He still got the talent. Even at his age, we seen against his last fight with Flores, even though Flores did that punk shit and did his best Anthony Durrell impression by acting like he was hurt and knocked out after the bell and all that. But it is what it is. They still ruled it a knockout at first, but they ruled it to a no contest. So, but anyway, I know that Rigondeaux is hopefully, he heard Bob Arum said either Rigondeaux or Salido for Lomachenko in December. So we gonna see how they go. You know what I mean? But I truly believe him and Lomachenko definitely be a meeting of the minds. Both of them southpaws, both of them slick, both of them got foot movement, both of them two-time gold medalists, got hundreds of amateur fights. That's definitely a big good fight, man. But BSC is just gonna happen, man. All these fights gonna continue to duck the smallest man. The dude, 122 pounds, really soaking wet. If you want to really a 118-pound fighter, but at least willing to move up to 130, he's not gonna be a 1 for 30, but he's still gonna be able to handle his thing, man. It is what it is. He's my number 3 fighter. Number 2 is Terence Crawford, man. He was number 3 at first, but I swapped him out with Guillermo Rigondeaux. The reason why, because he's fighting for undisputed supremacy as well. I've seen Terence Crawford from the first time I seen him. I said he's the only fighter I've seen from the jump that I said he has the goods when he fought British Prescott, man. And he moved up in weight, took the fight on short notice. His handlers didn't want him to take the fight because they thought it was too dangerous, thought it was too early for him, but he did it anyway because he wanted to showcase his talent and he had the opportunity to make big money, man, and get in the eyesight of the fans. And since he's done that, he have done nothing but wow me every time I see him fight, man. Every time I see Terence Crawford fight, I mean he's the best overall fighter of all right now. He's the best overall fighter. The only reason why he's not number 1 right now because my number 1 is a phenomenal fighter within itself. You know what I mean? But overall, fighting southpaw, fighting orthodox, getting knockouts, fighting the back foot, fighting the ropes. I mean, this dude can do it all. Terence Crawford is definitely one of the best fighters I've ever seen in my life, and it's just the truth. Him and Rigondeaux, man. Terence Crawford, man. When I see him fight, he definitely, man, it's wonderful seeing that guy fight, man. But the reason why he's number 1 because Andre SOG Ward is number 1. Him being the last gold medalist in the United States. He haven't lost a fight since he was a preteen. Went to the Super Six and unified the titles and became a unified champion and went of the 168-pound division, beating everybody and moving up to 175. Had a couple of fights and fighting, not only beating the man once, but beating him twice by knockout in the second one by beating the boogeyman of the division, Sergey Kovalev, man. Andre Ward definitely deserved number 1, at least for right now. But that's my 1 through 10 for right now, man. And after tonight, I know it's going to be a shakeup, because like I said, the winner of Indongo versus Crawford, they be undisputed, will be number 1 pound for pound. But as of right now, this is my top 10, man. This K Black Boxing. I'm signing off. Like, comment, subscribe.